Hey everyone, welcome back to the Brandon Breeze GunTube channel. What are we talking about today? Well, again, I'm a little bit late to the party with this one, but this is the Shield Z8 magazine. So this is the 8-round magazine for the Glock 43. They call it flush mount. I'd say obviously it's a little bit longer than flush, right? But that's about as close as you're going to get in this little tiny platform. So what are we going to explore? So I finally... I've actually had it for a couple months, but I haven't taken it out to the shooting range because I've had other things that I've wanted to shoot. So I finally got around to taking this out to the gun range, and I'll let you see the results. We're going to roll in the shooting footage, and then we'll talk about it more at the end, right? So check out that shooting footage right now. Hey everyone, I wanted to stop for a moment and say thank you guys for watching. If you like my content, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, right? Because I find that 80% or more of the viewers of this channel are not subscribed. So if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button now. Thank you. And so you saw the shooting footage. Well, unfortunately, this little guy right here was giving me all sorts of problems today. Every sort of malfunction that you can think of from these magazines, it pretty much had it, right? So, you know, maybe it needs breaking in. I don't know, but I've left it loaded for the past couple months since I bought it to try to loosen up that spring a little bit, and it didn't really do that very much. So one of the first malfunctions that I had was just even going to load it, you know, rack it, and then it grabs a round. The rounds are in there packed so tightly that the slide didn't even close all the way when I racked the slide, right? So that's one malfunction. Then another malfunction that I had was the same thing as the damn Z9 mags. And I have an aftermarket mag catch or slide catch release, sorry. And you know, some folks will say that the interaction, like what I've run into for this, is just, it's not good for the aftermarket releases for some reason, right? So what was happening was I would shoot my 7th round, and then boom, the 8th round, this thing is so tall that it runs into your slide catch and release and pushes it up. So then you only shot 7 of your 8 rounds, which is kind of pointless. So you saw me have to close the slide on that. And then the last one I had was the opposite. So after it shot the last round, it just went ahead and closed all on its own, so it didn't lock the slide back. So obviously with my experience from the Z9 magazine, I'm going to be able to fix this, right? The only thing I'm going to need to change is this little shelf right here. But again, you would think with a company that is making these mags, and you know, that's their claim to fame, is getting more capacity in the firearms that they make these magazines for, you would think that they would test them, you know, with more than just OEM stuff. Because I have the Z9 mags where I just cut just a little tiny bit off of here, and it works perfectly fine with both the OEM slide catch and release and the aftermarket one, right? So just a little tiny bit of research, a little tiny bit of testing would go a long way. So would I recommend this magazine? For most people, no, because most people aren't going to want to go and modify a magazine that they bought from somewhere, right? That kind of defeats the purpose. Me, I don't really mind doing some aftermarket stuff, testing and fixing myself, right? So let's compare this to some of the other 8-round options that are out there. Well, not out there, you've got to kind of make them. So here's the easiest one, right? So this is the MagGuts Plus 2, and we'll compare it. Try to get them lined up here. So you can see the MagGuts Plus 2 is a little tiny bit longer, but it's not dramatic, right? The cool part about that is, though, you actually get more grip. Whereas the Z8, sure, you get a little tiny bit, but for most people, your pinky's just gonna fall right off of that, especially when you're shooting. So I would give the MagGuts Plus 2 a chance, because then you can just retrofit your already owned magazines. And so far I haven't had any issues with these, other than one time when I was manually unloading it, the follower got stuck in the mag tube, but that's never happened during firing, so I don't count it against it. Next, you've got the combination of the TTI base plate plus 1 and the MagGuts plus 1, which gives you a plus 2, right? So same kind of thing. It's a little tiny bit longer. We're talking fractions of an inch from the Z8, right? But same thing, you get a little tiny bit more purchase on it, right? It doesn't really help you out when you're shooting fast though, because then your pinky just slips off anyway. But same thing, no issues with this magazine at all. And then if you want the ultimate grip, then you're gonna want to get yourself a Pierce plus 1 and a MagGuts plus 1, because check this out. I got the full grip on there now, right? So that is fantastic. And when you carry, it doesn't add that much as far as printing, because they did a really good job rounding all this stuff off right here. And the longest part is down here at the bottom, which will be closest to your belt line, right? So anyways, that's all I've got for the 8-round mags. For the Shield Z8, they need to get some work done for the masses so that people don't have these same issues. Because most folks, if they're like me, they're going to be changing out their slide catch and release, you know, maybe not to the Vickers one, maybe to some other one. But if it's not compatible with it, then it doesn't really matter, right? Oh, another thing is the finish. This finish is not nearly as slick as the finish that are on the Z9 magazine. So it didn't cause any problems. It's just an observation, but I figured I'd share that with you. Anyway, if you like my content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.